extra time.
We have had longer games. The last three that we played against Australia, played a few T20s before that, but having played a lot more than what you do in a T20 game in the last three games, I think we'll find it a bit easier to just come here and even though with less time, just to be on the park and just be at our best as a team. So yeah, we're looking forward to that, starting the T20s, because this is the year of the World Cup, so every T20 is important.
New Zealand have obviously come off a very difficult tour of Australia. Do you see them as being more beatable now?
In their conditions, they've always been very, very strong, and you know what they bring to the table when playing in New Zealand. So we're not going to take that for granted. They know, as I said, they know their conditions well, and they understand the angles of the fields and how the pitches play. So I think they will have a slight home advantage. But having said that, we have played here a lot, and the last time we came, we won both the series that we played. So from that point of view, we're going to take that confidence into the series, not relating anything to the fact that Australia beat them and we beat Australia. It's irrelevant, honestly. You have to play good cricket to win every series at the international level, and something that we have done well as a side. So for us, every series is a fresh start, and New Zealand in New Zealand is obviously a tougher challenge than playing them back home in India. So we definitely have to be at our best game.
Virat, sorry to take you back to Manchester in the World Cup when New Zealand beat you. I was there and it was amazing how much sadness I suppose there was for Indian fans. Is this series and this tour anything about revenge, about what happened over there?
Not really. I mean, honestly, even if you want to think of revenge, these guys are so nice, you can't get into that zone. Honestly, we get along really well with all these guys, and it's all about just being competitive on the field. And as I said, in I think it was pre-match or post-match, I don't know which one it was, that they're probably one side that has set the right example for teams to play at the international level and how they should carry themselves. They obviously want to bring the best that they can every ball of the game, and they're intense in their body language. But they're not nasty. They're not doing things which are not acceptable on the field. They're very respectful of that fact, and you can tell by the way they play. So they're a quality side, and we really have a lot of respect for them, and vice versa as well. I think they have a lot of respect for us, and as I said, we get along very well. So we actually were happy for them when they qualified for the finals, because when you've lost, you have to look at the larger picture, and it meant a lot to them as well as a side. So yeah, I don't think that this is about any kind of revenge at all. It's just about playing two quality sides, playing good cricket. It's a challenge for us to beat New Zealand here, and something that we're totally up for.
So, can you just sum up what the New Zealand tour is like? How different is it to an Australian tour or an English tour? It's like so much intensity, so much more scrutiny. And I don't mean in terms of pitch conditions and all that, just like the overall vibe of the tour itself.
Yeah, it's much more relaxed. I think every tour is a representation of how people look at the game in that region, and I think in New Zealand the game is looked at as just another kind of work for guys that play the game. It's not something larger than life, or the most important thing in life. I think it is part of the Kiwi culture, and they just treat it as a sport, and they get on with it. But as I said, they play really hard and they want to win the game, but at the end of the day they're not dejected or depressed if they don't win. So I think it's a wonderful balance, and something that I think every team that comes to New Zealand loves this tour, because it's you can just focus on what you need to do as a team on the field, and not get too emotional or too caught up in what happens on the field. So yeah, from that point of view, we really enjoy coming here, give our best on the field, and just carry on with life off it. And I think that's, as I said, every tour is a representation of what people in that country think, and Kiwis, I think, are the most chilled out and relaxed, at the same time very professional about what they do.
Rahul has had a very interesting last 8-9 months in terms of his roles, especially in limited overs cricket. I mean, going back to Manchester and World Cup, he's performed different roles now recently with the gloves. How do you see him as you spoke about it, that this is something that you want to continue. How do you see his progression as a batsman keeper, and with Shikhar ruled out, does that alter what you said before you left for New Zealand?
It will certainly alter a few plans for us. In the one day game, we'll have to think of, sticking to the same what we did in Rajkot. I think that would probably work best for us as a side. Have another guy at the top and then let KL just express himself at that position where he played really well. In T20 cricket, obviously the dynamics change a little bit more because we do have lower order batsmen who have done well. So we have a few more options there in terms of solidifying that spot and probably letting KL bat at the top. So yeah, look, as I said, him doing really well with the gloves has really opened up another kind of scenario for us where it gives us a lot more balance in playing an extra batter, as I said, and if he can keep that well and perform well with the bat, then why not? As I said, this is something that we are looking to continue for a while, and nothing taken away from anyone else. It's just what brings the best balance to the side. And I know there'll be a lot of talks around what happens to other players and whatnot. For us, the most important thing is what the team requires and the best balance that we can create as a side.
And his protection as batsman.
It's amazing. I mean, he's open to accepting any kind of role, whatever the team wants. He's a total team man, and you can tell the way he keeps as well. He's always looking for an opportunity and looking to make a play, and he's not nervous about it. So just the collection of throws and getting to the stumps every ball, and he's just in the game. So I think he relishes that much more than just being on the field, and it's showing. He's more involved in the game. He's able to look at the field placements as well. So I think it engages him into the game in the right manner, and it's wonderful to have a guy who can do both things well and bring balance to the team.
We're taking 3 more questions. Kaushik, sir.
Virat, Shikhar, obviously third sort of non-fitness related on-field injury in the last 7 months. So you spoke about the World Cup not long far away from now. So how is that a setback from your balance and your continuity point of view that he's not going to be here for his limited overs there?
Continuity, yes, but in the meantime, I think if you talk about replacements, we have a lot of T20 players around and people who are very experienced when it comes to playing T20 cricket. Having played a lot of matches in the IPL and on A tours and other series, I don't see an issue of replacement, but yes, an issue of continuity for sure. Look, whenever he's back in the team, he did well in the last game that he played. So we would love to have him back and have that balance in the team where we can really go in with the best batting lineup that we have. But in the meantime, we don't have any issues with replacements.
On the right, yeah.
Virat, you've captained all 3 formats. Canada's the same. It's not common in all of international cricket. After the Australian tours, the questions that come up again about Kane and captaining all 3 formats. How do you find that balance works best? Can it get on top of you, and how do you try and balance it?
Well, these kind of things do come up every now and then whenever you have a setback. But I think it's a part of having that responsibility of captaining in all 3 formats. And one thing that I've done is just focus on what I need to do for the team and the vision that needs to be there to take the team forward. I don't think leadership can always be determined by the results. It's also about how you get the team together and get the guys functioning under you as well. Which I think Kane has done wonderfully well. He has the respect of his teammates and he has the trust of his teammates is what I can see, and he's obviously a very, very smart cricketer.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Extra Time.